flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, oof, I told them out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run at my pace. Yeah, they know that we ain't the same. 402, we rap the game. I told them this ain't a game.
Yo, what is up? It's Phins Take with your boy CB83. Back to you for another little Q&A sesh on a Monday. You already know what time it is. You know how we get down. What's good, Mark? What's good, Pete? DG's in the building. Cap for Life is in the building. Let's go. Let's crank it. Bring the energy. Yes, sir. What's up with y'all boys, man? Let's get it. Another day, another dollar. Hey, make you want to holla. Appreciate y'all boys coming through. Hey, do me a favor on your way in. Please hit the like. Help your boy out with algorithm. Let everybody know we're live. Yeah, man, we're gonna get it in. Another day, man. Another topic. Some more Miami Dolphins talk. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. It's a lot of love in here, man. Shout out to the homie Mark who's in here first. My Bills fan turned Dolph fan. Turned Bills fan. What's good, Mark? He says good afternoon, CB83. Hope your day is going well. Hey, I'm blessed, Mark. I have no complaints, brother. I'm blessed. I appreciate you coming through. The homie Pete's in the building. Pete, what's good? Pete says, what's up, Mark? Pete says, let's do it. Okay, Pete, I see you with the energy. Let's get it cracking in here. Pete, man, you got a question for your boy, Pete? I know you got a question. I know Mark has a question. DG, what's good? I know DG got a question. He says, what's good, CB? What's good, DG? Live? What's cracking, man? What's up, Cap? What's up, Cap for Life? Cap says, gentlemen, will $10 million be the set number? Man, that's a good question. Will $10 million be the set number? Now, are we talking about Dalvin? I think you're talking about Dalvin. Now, I think Dalvin is worth $10 million a year. To be completely honest with you, he's worth the money. Now, in this running back market, it's just going to be hard for him to get that much. And honestly, I think there could be some teams out there willing to spend that type of cash on him. But I think the market is setting itself, and it's kind of getting to the point where running backs are getting less money, right? So since running backs are getting less money, and supposedly they're being asked to do less, right? That's what you would think. Then if that's the case, then he may not end up getting that $10 million cap, right? Now, I'd like to see Dalvin get as much as he's worth. I really want him to get his money, right? But that's just not how the business works in the NFL. They're going to give you what you're valued for, what your market value is. It's a business, right? You're looking at market value. They're looking at return on investment. I think when it comes down to it, they could be willing to give Dalvin maybe $7. I think maybe $6.5 to $7 million. And then give him $1 million to $1.5 million in incentives, kind of help him reach that 10 mark if he hits the incentives. Now, will Dalvin come here and get that? I don't know. I really don't know. Now, do I hope he gets that? Of course I hope. I hope Dalvin is a Dolphin. I really do. So I hear people talk about, hey, people say, hey, we like our running back. I like our running back room too. I mean, I like all of our rooms, right? I like the quarterback room. I like the receiver room. I like the quarterback room. I like all our rooms, but if there's an opportunity to upgrade, bro, you got to be willing to have the conversation about it, especially if you have the money and you see value in the position, right? It would be different if McDaniels didn't see value in a guy like Dalvin Cook. So if Dalvin Cook in this offense wouldn't be dynamic and really help us become more efficient, then I would say, hey, don't spend the money, right? But when I watch the film and I look at how Christian McCaffrey is deployed in San Francisco, I think he's going to get his money's worth. So I think it's worth the investment if you can upgrade, get a guy who the defense really has to kind of plan for. And it kind of opens up your offense, guys. And this is what I want you guys to understand is that, hey, I understand that you may not want a guy like Dalvin, but he does make the offense more dynamic because the best offensive coordinators will use the entire field, right? And that's something I learned from going to coaching camps and just learning football. The best offensive coordinators use the entire field, right? And if the best offensive coordinators use the entire field, whether it's long, whether it's short, intermediate, whether it's outside run, inside run, whether it's screen game, whether it's underneath checkdowns, you got to look for a guy like Dalvin because he has the versatility to do everything. So that's why I can appreciate Dalvin Cook and what he brings to the table because I watched the film. I watched Christian McCaffrey deployed in the same offense, and he just did a lot for them. And when you go look at their offensive efficiency, go look at how they played it. It wasn't just Brock Purdy, the draft pick handling everything. It was Christian McCaffrey carrying a lot of the load. And I think Tua would thrive with a guy like that. He would thrive with a guy like Dalvin in the backfield. I think he's always had good backs in his backfield when he was successful. So that's what I take into consideration. So good question, Cap. I think that's a really good conversation to have, man, when it comes to this Dalvin Cook situation. The money situation is a thing. I get it. People want to talk salary cap. I mean, they want to talk about the future. I'm looking at right now. I really am. And I think this team is primed to win right now. So I think you got to go do it while you can. Because if you don't, you're just going to be looking back and regret. Like, I don't want to look back and regret. That's what I don't want to do. I want to go out there, get all the guys we can get upgraded as wherever we can. You know, be as efficient as you can, whether it's getting Dalvin, getting a couple guys, 2 or 3 guys, help the D-line. Be as efficient as you can. Be as lean as you can and go get it done, man. So good question there, Cap. Cap says Dalvin 7.5 and 2 Kawasaki jet skis. Okay, all right. Hey, we give him 7.5 and 2 jet skis. If we gave Dalvin 6 and a yellow fin, like 60-footer with 3 450s on the back, he might be like, yo, let's get this done. They know exactly what I like to do. I like to get out there in the water and fish, have a good time. We get him a yellow fin. That yellow fin boat might be a $500,000 boat, but he gonna be able to do some stuff with that, man. Ross, man, get on the phone with one of these boat dealers and get him a sponsorship, man. We may be able to make that happen, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. The homie JR Blackson here says, yo, fam, the home of the facts over feelings, stats over opinions, film over narratives. Let's go. You know how we get down, JR. My dog JR Black in the building. What's good with y'all, man? Cap for Life says NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reports the Raiders and Josh Jacobs did not come to terms on a long-term deal ahead of the franchise tag deadline. And that's what I was saying today. Even with the Saquon situation, I didn't think there was going to be a deal that got done just because you're so late in the game now. If you get down to the wire and you haven't got a deal in place, there's clearly somebody stonewalling. And somebody's going to have to play on the tag. So I think that's where we are, unless you guys have heard something different. It's a good conversation to have. I think the running back market is very, very, and I'm not going to say it's down. The guys can still play. There's still dynamic guys at the position. I just think these teams don't want to pay these guys. And honestly, I don't understand it because I think there will be a trend towards going back towards the run, right? I think teams are going to trend towards going back to being a balanced football team, running the football and throwing the football. I think that's what gets it done in today's NFL. I understand there's guys like Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady when he was there, who could throw it around. But I think even Tom Brady, Aaron, Aaron Jones in Green Bay. I mean, the running back still ate in those offenses, right? The running back still ate. And when your passing game isn't on point and you got to deal with weather, right? You got to deal with cold weather, snow, rain. You got to rely on the football. You got to pound the rock. You really do. You got to pound the rock. Phins Take with a question. This is a good one. How you feeling about Tyreek Hill and his 2K Super Bowl yak? Okay. So Tyreek Hill came out, and I thought this is a good topic to talk about. I've heard a lot of people address it. So when it comes to Tyreek Hill and his 2K and his Super Bowl comment, right? Tyreek Hill has kind of came in saying that he wanted to get 2,000 yards. So this isn't anything new, right? He's always said he wanted to win a Super Bowl with the Miami Dolphins. That's not new either, right? But him saying it in the same breath and saying it on a podcast is something that kind of gets people riled up, right? Now, I don't have a problem with him saying this. He said, as a youngster, I always dreamed of getting 2,000 yards and winning a Super Bowl, right? He had 1,700 yards last year and Tua didn't play 5 games. So why is it unrealistic for him to have 2,000 yards if his starting quarterback is there all 17 games? It's not unrealistic. It's very, very, very close. It's within the grasp. So I don't have a problem with him saying this, right? It's not an issue to me, right? I know people are saying, hey, fly under the radar. You're giving them billboard material, blah, 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 stuff like that. Bro, it puts more pressure on himself. And I'm fine with players putting the pressure on themselves, especially a guy like Tyreek. He's delivered on all his promises since he's been here. He's exceeded expectations. He's exceeded the money that we've given him, right? So I'm fine with Tyreek coming out and saying, hey, I wanna go get 2,000 yards this year, right? I want to go get us a Super Bowl, another Super Bowl win. I'm fine with that. Why would I be upset with that? Anybody saying, hey, Tyreek, don't talk to me. Nah, bro, you got a podcast. You a grown-ass man, right? Gone are the days where football players don't say what they want to say. Football players are their own brand. They're their own business. They make their own money. I understand. That's not a thing that used to happen back in the day. Football players didn't have social media. They didn't have podcasts. Now football players are getting paid to have podcasts. Like, bro, talk your talk, walk your walk, get out there and do what you got to do. As long as you can back it up, say what you want to say. You're a grown-ass man. Like, as long as you can back it up, I ain't mad at you, bro. Do what you got to do. So I'm fine with that. I like a guy who's going to be confident. Hey, and if a defense wants to key in on Tyreek all game, shit, we got other guys who can burn you, right? So I'm cool with it. Don't bother me. Super Bowl, 2K, go get it. That's where I'm at with it. Go get it. You already know what time it is over here. Now that 2K and a Super Bowl is nice. So I like it. I'm gonna rock with it, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. So let me go ahead and get to it. That was a good question by my man Pete. Appreciate you, Pete. Pete coming through in the clutch. 25 in the room. Hit the like for your boy. Oh man. So moving on. So we got Liz Eccentric in here. Liz, what's good? Liz, what's good with you? Cap says NFL Network's Jane Slater reports Tony Pollard expected to play on the $10 million franchise tag. Everybody playing on the tag. They got to play on the tag. That's not good for the market, man. Not good for the market, but it'll work out for him in the end. Like, I think we're trending back towards the run. So I think running backs will be fine. They just got to get out there and prove their value, right? DG Live says Bijan Robinson will be the highest paid running back next year. Is crazy. That is crazy to me. A rookie running back, the highest paid because he was drafted in the first round. Ugh. Yikes. That's wild. That's really wild. I don't like the thought of that because there's a lot more proven guys who should be making more money than a rookie coming in. That's wild to me. And that just shows where the NFL is right now, and that's bad for the league. I think that's really bad for the league, and they'll have to figure that out. Moya TV says, man, Dolphins content popping off today. You already know what time it is, man. We get it in over here, man. We get it cracking. You already know how we do. Walking into the party. Hey, we popping today. You already know how we get down. We are popping off today. Man, so my man JR Black says, fun times. The market is pushing Cook into our hands. Sucks for Cook, but great for us. Damn it, Cook, come home. First round at the office on me. Okay, but dog at the office. Hey, shout out to my homie Thierry Perry down there in Miami, my teammate down there holding it down at the office. He's got a couple different strip clubs down there. Shout out to the homie. He went to the Miami high schools too. Shout out to the homie Terry Perry at the office. Hey, what's good with you, bro? Appreciate you, bro. That's my Howard teammate, bro. That's the homie. If y'all, hey, go follow Terry Perry ENT on Instagram. He be getting it popping in them strip clubs down south of Miami, man. You already know what time it is. So shout out to all the homies in here, man. Let's see if we got another question. Do we have another question in the building? Let's see, man. Oh, my homie Q is in here. Q, what's popping? Oos, what's good? He said another banger. Oos, made it just in time. Appreciate you coming through, bruh. Liz Eccentric says, CB83, I'm just saying that if anyone fumbles between the 5 and 1 yard line, they're getting an instant F game for that game. I get it. We can't have no fumbling inside that 20. We need all them points. And honestly, when we look at the Dolphins offense, we struggled in the red zone last year. We just struggled, guys. Like, let's be real. Like, when it comes to running the football inside that red zone, we struggle. We gotta be better inside the red zone. I think a guy like Cook comes in and just makes us more dynamic between the goal line and the 20. Just more versatile. There's a lot of stuff we can do, whether it's checkdowns, screens, whether it's a swing route or underneath. It's just a lot of things we could do with Cook in that red zone. And defense has got a plan for it. They got a plan for it. My man JR Black says, I swear our fan base is in some football educations. Cook is creative running back. He makes O-line look better. Very good point. Very good point. Please get me off the offensive line carousel that we've been on for years. I can't do it anymore. Get me off the offensive line carousel. The shit is annoying, right? So get me a better runner. Wilson and Mostert are not that they are straight. They're just straight line runners. And there's levels to it. I agree, bro. There really is levels to it. Mostert and Jeff Wilson aren't the best running backs for the scheme. I mean, that's just the nature of it. And I think those guys were stop gaps for a guy like A-Chain to come in, right? Now you have an opportunity to get a guy like Dalvin, which you didn't see yourself getting this guy. I mean, you tried to trade for him. It didn't happen. Now you're in a position to grab him. The running back market is looking kind of bleak because there's so many guys out there. You're going to be able to get them at a great price. And I heard somebody say, hey, the running backs, the days of the bell cow running back is dead, right? No, I don't think that's the case, right? I just think these guys don't want to pay bell cow money. These teams don't want to pay bell cow money. If they could get a bell cow guy at a guy who's a rotational piece rate, they're willing to do it at all costs. They just want to be efficient. They want to save money and cut corners wherever they can. That's business, right? So they want to save as much money as they can. So they want a bell cow runner. They just don't want to spend the bell cow money. That's what they want. So you got to keep that in mind. The days of bell cow running backs aren't done. It's not done. It's not going nowhere. There's still going to be horses who can carry the load. Right? Still gonna be horses who can carry the load. Now, do you want to pay that guy that type of money? That's a different situation, right? It's just a different situation. So I think you got to have that conversation in terms of, hey, do we want a bell cow guy? Do we want a rotational guy? Can we get a bell cow guy at a rotational rate where he's cheaper? People will pull the trigger. So you got to understand that. Question from my man Q, it says, how does Joe Mixon's contract restructure affect every other running back's contract? And it definitely hurts the running back market, right? It shows that Mixon is willing to be a team guy in order to help the team, right? He took a very team-friendly deal. If you guys go look at the details of the deal, took a team-friendly deal, restructures, gives them some more money to play with, and cuts his money down some, right? And he does that in order to help the team, right? Does it help the running back market? No, it hurts the running back market because it shows that he's a good runner. He's top 10. You can say he's a top 10 runner in the NFL. You can say that. Joe Mixon is a top 10 runner. Since he's willing to take the discount, it's gonna hurt the market. It's showing that, hey, there's proof that a younger guy, is willing to take less money in order to help the team. So I like it. Good question. I think it does hurt the market though. Here we go. What's good, Mark? So Mark's in here. Florida born, Kentucky grown. What's popping? He says, see, you was on CB. I had to stop and show love, brother, no matter what. Going to scream Phins up to the death of me, baby. Yeah, I feel that, bro. Phins up, man. Appreciate you, Florida born, Kentucky grown. Hey, I'll be in Kentucky. In October. No. Yeah, I'll be in Kentucky in October. Right. I'll be in Kentucky the 9th through the 13th. So check me out. I'll be up there. I'm going to all the distilleries. Black Bourbon Round 4. You already know what time it is. Shout out to the homie Paul, the architect, for putting that together. But I'm in Kentucky October 9th through the 13th to go to the distilleries, hang out, have a good time, hit up the Bourbon Trail. You already know what time it is. Appreciate you, Florida born, Kentucky grown, for stopping through, bro. Pete says, I'd rather have 15 touchdowns and 2,000 yards. I'd be happy with 1,315 touchdowns. I don't know. I think, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say that. I think I'd rather have the yards and, less touchdowns. I want him to have an impact on these games. So get in the yards. I think the touchdowns will be spread around, man. I don't really make a big deal out of touchdowns, right? I'd like to see guys get them, but I know we got a bunch of different weapons on this roster. So if guys have low touchdown amounts, that means somebody else is, as long as we're scoring points for real, I'm cool with that, right? We got to be scoring points. Last year, I think we averaged 20-something points a game. I think we need to be upwards, and we need to be in that 28, 30 range. 35 would be nice, right? That'd be ideal. We just smoking teams out here. That's what I want to see. I want to see the Dolphins get some blowout wins. This team should be good enough to sit some teams on their asses. Point blank, period. Fourth quarter, we should be rolling. Point blank, period. We should be rolling. We should be having guys coming in, young guys coming in, getting reps, period. That's what we should be having, because we should be having dogs out there for the first 3 quarters smacking dudes in the mouth on defense, sack fumbles all over the place, touchdowns, defensive touchdowns, picks, interceptions, and then scoring points. We should be rolling offensively. I think we should be rolling offensively. So I don't think that'll be a problem. I want to see this offense really get after teams, really put it on them first 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, I want to see some of these rookies get some time, because we're going to need them late in the year. We're going to need them come late in the season where somebody's hurt. So I want to see these guys get some real quality time on the field. Get some work in. I want to see these guys put in some work. The homie Mark with a question or a statement. He says, I think Tyreek needs to focus his comments on team goals such as Super Bowl and not cause issues at the marina. Ha, 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 Mark. Hey, Mark, get your popcorn ready, bro. Get your popcorn ready.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
You definitely played yourself, Mark. And I got to give you the...
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Mark, I know you want to be a Dolphins fan again. It's so bad. It's going to happen for you, Mark. Once we win a Super Bowl, you can come back over and come rock with us again, Mark. My homie JR Black says, I'd rather reek aiming for greatness with a goal of 2K and Super Bowl rather than setting easy goal of 1K and just making the playoffs. We need to stop fearing being great or the pursuit of greatness. Let's freaking go, man. JR Black. That's such a fantastic comment. And that's where the Dolphins fan base has been for a long time. Just in a place of scaredness, just scared to be great. Go be great, man. Speak on how great you're gonna be. Go out and achieve it. Go get it done, man. I would like for us to fly under the radar, but if we gotta have an outspoken guy like Tyreek come out and say, "Hey, I'm trying to be great. I'm trying to elevate everybody's game." Guess what that forces Tua to do? Hey, Tua, you need to be around, buddy. Hey, Tua. Hey, if I'm gonna get 2,000 yards, you need to be here every game, buddy. That's what that means. So it forces everybody. It kind of holds everybody accountable when you go out and say something like that. It just does. It holds people accountable. Tua knows, hey, in order for Tyreek to get 2,000 yards, bro, I need to be on the field. No doubt about it. I got to be on the field. So I like it. I like the fact that it's happening, man. I like it. Shout out to the homie. G is in the building. G says, I'm going to rewrite history sound cocky? I said what he said. I think bro, going in and getting it done. The history of the Miami Dolphins is, hey, we haven't been good for a long damn time. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. When other fans bases look at us, they're gonna be like, "Hey, you guys haven't won since the 70s, bro. You haven't won a Super Bowl since you went undefeated, right?" They look past the Marino era, bro. They look past the whole thing because there's no Super Bowls there. So it is time to change that. It's time to go in and get a chip. It's just time. Looking forward to it, man. DG Live says, do you think Alec Ingold gives away where we're going with the ball and offense? No, and that's a good question. I think that's a really good question too. I think Mike McDaniels does a fantastic job of moving him around in different places. So he can be going across the formation and motioning across, right? He can be going away from the formation. So what Mike McDaniels does is do a lot with Alec Ingold to make it look like he's going towards the play and away from the play. He does a good job of balancing it out. That's what you guys got to understand, is that Mike McDaniel is a very smart guy. So he understands that, hey, typically linebackers are keying in on the fullback. Wherever the fullback goes, the play usually goes to. That's just the nature of the position typically. Now, what Mike McDaniels will do is send him away from the play, away from the run, and then hand it off and the running back go the other way. It happens at times. So when you go look at Alec Ingold and his efficiency, sometimes he's going away from the formation or away from the play. Sometimes he's going to the play. But Mike McDaniels is doing that to keep teams off balance. And you got to do that. You got to do that to keep the teams off balance. P says drop the link. P, I may drop the link for you, bro. I think I got a few minutes for you, man. I think I got a few minutes for you, Pete. I want you to rock out for a little bit. So moving on. Raphael Courtwright is in here. What's good, Raphael? The homie's in here. He says Tony Pollard, only running back that signed a franchise tag. Titans got better with D-Hop, X, and Ramsey. Facing good with wide receivers this coming season. What's up, amigos? What's good with you, bro? What's popping? Man, let me get down here. Homies in here. Shake Money in the building. Shake, what's popping? Shake says, what's up, broski? What's goody? What's goody, my boy? What's goody, my boy? You already know what time it is, Shake. You know how we get it cracking around this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big Nick, what it do, partner? What it do, man? You got to lay off Lou, man. Lay off Lou. Kill that, man. Kill that drama, man. Let that shit slide. It's not even that serious, bro. Keep it moving, bro. Keep it moving. I did drop the link for you. I'm not going to let everybody up at one time. Pete, what's popping, my boy?
What's good, CB? Thank you for having me up on your show, man. Happy to have a good time with you up here and talk some Dolphins, man. What's up?
What's up with you, man? What's going on? What's these takes on today? What you got for me today? Give me your first one.
Well, like what? In what situation? About what happened today?
Yeah. What you think about the running back situation?
I'm gonna tell you about the Tyreek Hill with the question I have, because that's the question that's honestly concerning me as a fan, CB.
Okay.
He's already the face of the franchise. He's already one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid Dolphin on the team. I get it. He should be talking whatever he wants to talk, but he should be talking Super Bowl. He should not be concerned about individual stats. That should be speak for
Well,
itself.
well,
You know
Pete,
what I'm saying? And that's just my
Pete,
problem. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
and I get what you're saying. I think in society, right? I think this is overall. We don't like to hear players like be boastful or talk about their stats or their numbers or how much numbers they're going to get or stuff like that. We don't. I think society just doesn't like it in general, right? Can you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah. I do. Everybody wants the ball. I guess I do like me type players as well, but just not like that. Not like that. I mean,
So, so you're cool with the Super Bowl talk. You just don't want them to talk about individual numbers.
correct. Correct. If you got to pick one, you can't do both. Now you're doing too much. A quarterback doesn't ever come out and say, I'm going to be the MVP of the league and win Super Bowl MVP. Chances are the quarterback is always trying to dish off the attention and put more people in the light. All the other players. Tyreek is getting all the light and he's stealing all the light. Instead
Well,
of like last year, he was doing it for Tua. Oh, this and that. He's not doing that no more. He's past that. And I think there's a reason for that. But we'll get along and we'll see through on the season what's going on.
well, I think you made a good point. I think when Tyreek came in, it was about really being a leader for the team, right? Empowering the team, right? And building confidence in Tua and saying, "Hey, Tua is a good quarterback," right?
Yeah.
And saying, "Hey, we're good enough to get it done. We can get it done as long as we got the guys on the field." Now, did that come to fruition? I think so. I think when Tua was healthy on the field and when everybody was in their right state in the offense, I think we played well offensively. Do you agree with that?
And in spurts, not the last time I remembered, but in spurts early on in the season, yeah, when the game plans weren't figured out and
Yeah.
everybody in the league was trying to see what McDaniel was all about. Yeah, we had some good stretch of runs, and Tua threw some nice completions that led to awesome touchdowns at times.
Yeah.
But there's more concerns in areas where late in the season where did it happen? What happened?
Right. And late in the season, you had the Green Bay game, which was atrocious, right? In the second half. I think he played a really good first half. And then that
No,
happens in the second
I
half.
honestly forget that last year stuff. Honestly,
But
let's get to this running back stuff real quick. Real
okay.
quick, let's get to this running back stuff.
And,
I don't want Dalvin Cook like all of you guys been saying. I'm okay with, because look, check this out. What if the situation is A Chain, Mostert, and Wilson like last year, right? We have those two guys, and then we're adding A Chain as a gamble. But what if we turn around and use Tyreek Hill more out of the backfield, giving him rushing yards? Like, look, listen to me, what I'm trying to get to, so you could understand exactly what I'm trying to get to.
like a
All the
Debo,
money,
like a Debo type role.
like the most utilized player in the league. Christian McCaffrey was used almost 98% of the time in that Panthers offense, right? And this guy is more dynamic than Christian McCaffrey. I say, since he's the highest paid player, you want those 2,000 yards? Okay, Tyreek Hill, I have no problem. And I know how to get you those 2,000 yards. You're going to be a scat everything. You're going to be a scat back. You're going to be a receiver. We're just going to give you the ball almost on every single play, no matter what. It could be a deep pass or it could be a handoff all throughout the game. Let's just burn this guy to the ground, bro.
Well, and I see what you're saying, but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they want to use Tyreek in that facet. I think there's just too many weapons for you to like burn him out like that. And that's just my thought process on it. I think with Waddle, with Barrios, with Chosen Anderson, with A Chain, Mostert, and all these other guys, I think there's enough talent around for you to use Tyreek as a decoy in some instances where, hey, teams are going to key on him. They think he's getting the football, and it's going to open up another guy even more. So I see what you're saying, Pete. I just feel like there's going to be times where you don't use Tyreek like that and burn him into the ground because he's going to get you enough. I think what you want to do with Tyreek is be very lean. When you get him the ball, you want to get him the ball so he can go and get yardage and be dynamic for you. You don't want to get him the ball where he has to stop and get tackled. You want to give him the ball so he can run and go. And that's what he's best at. So I think that's what the Dolphins really need to be trying to do is get him the ball where he could go and get after it. So where he can go and really get after it. And I had Cap on. I don't know what happened to Cap, man. But
so you don't agree? So you don't agree with us just trying to burn Hill to the ground?
I don't think you burn him to the ground. I think
he only has like 1 or 2 years left. This is not a young guy.
No, I think Tyreek is a dynamic athlete. Even if Tyreek slows down a little bit in the next couple years, he's still going to be faster than 85% of the league, 90% of the league, bro. We got to keep that in mind. It's not like he's a athlete that's already kind of like a D-Hop who's just kind of slowing down over time. Bro, he's still super dynamic.
No. D-Hop has been producing even with a quarterback by the name of David Blau. Last year he turned it up a little bit late in the season.
I'm just saying he's just not explosive. Guys like Tyreek are explosive with the ball.
Yeah, they're of course, but what Hopkins brings to the table, Tyreek Hill can't do. You see what I'm saying? They're two different.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that when it comes to jump balls and stuff like that. I agree.
And honestly, you need a balanced offense like that. I was hoping and praying we could get DeAndre Hopkins, but I heard you say Big Nick. Shout out to Big Nick. Shout out to Cap for Life. And one more time, thank you for having me up.
What's up with y'all boys, man?
Gentlemen.
I'm just wondering, fans up first of all. I'm just wondering why every single comment that comes from this organization is so polarizing. Like, why is there such an extreme on the comments that come out of this organization?
What do you mean by that?
Either they're detrimental to the team, he shouldn't have said this, or Vic Fangio said we suck on. That's what you get out of the comment. We suck on defense, or Tyreek Hill is being selfish. Or why is it always so polarizing? Why is it not inspiring? Why is it never inspiring to everybody?
That's a good question.
Why can't we say, hold on, why can't we say Tyreek Hill on his podcast, which if the Dolphins win the Super Bowl and Tyreek Hill has 800 yards and 3 touchdowns for the season, no one is going to hold him accountable for him saying he wants to get 2,000 yards. So in the big scheme of things, why does it matter if this man comes out and tells the world his team is this raw that he's going to get 2,000 yards and we're going to win the Super Bowl? Why find detriment and fault and negativity and a come down to those types of comments? I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
where you hearing the negativity at, Big Nick?
Man,
it's coming from a little bit of everywhere.
Pete, listen. This man just sat up there. You just sat up there and said we should run Tyreek into the ground, that he shouldn't be talking like that, that he should only be talking.
No.
Hold on, Pete.
Let him finish.
And as soon as this man mentioned D. Hopkins, the first thing you did was run to and defend D. Hopkins, that he really had a good season with a trash quarterback. Give that same energy to your players, Pete.
I do. I was just, but how did I said, well,
you was just beating up Tyreek Hill.
All right, Big Nick.
Hold on. You were just beating up Tyreek Hill. Then you started.
That's not how it. Hey, CB, help me out. How is me saying we need to run Tyreek Hill to the ground, use him more as a running back, a receiver? Let's try to push for that 2,000 yards. That's the only way I see it happening.
No, that's not negative. But he was saying that,
just run him to the ground.
I was saying something about D-Hop, and you kind of came to D-Hop's like
defense.
Defense.
I did because they're two totally different receivers. That's all I pointed out. But those two guys are different.
Who's a better receiver to you, Pete?
In a different situation, on 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line, I think I might like DeAndre Hopkins more than I like Tyreek Hill. To be honest with you,
I'm just saying,
it's situational.
Overall, who's a better? Who overall?
I like touchdowns. So I think I'll probably get more touchdowns in red zone situations with DeAndre Hopkins. I'm sorry.
There it is.
Man, you picked D-Hop
There it
over
is.
Tyreek? Come on,
There it
bro.
is. This man.
I just think touchdowns matter, bro. Y'all underestimating D-Hop. That guy's
One got a $40 million contract and one just barely got a $12 million contract.
Let me ask Cap.
It doesn't matter. He's
Cap,
aging. He's old. He's a different type of receiver. Yes, Tyreek Hill is an explosive. You could do more with him, but I don't think he'll score in those situations more than Tyreek Hill.
Oh, okay. Cap's tied up. But yeah, Pete, I don't agree.
Who has more touchdowns? I'm gonna look at the stats. Now y'all want me to search.
Boy, you crazy.
I don't care nothing about the touchdown. I just think Tyreek Hill.
Oh, you see, you don't. I care about.
He's a better player.
Touchdowns matter to me.
He's a better player to me. But Big Nick, I ain't get your take. What's your take on this running back situation? You think we get Cook, man? I know you. First of all, you're not really a big proponent of adding Cook, right?
No, I'm no man. I'm the opposite. I'm the guy that says stop letting good be the enemy of great. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're good right now, but we can be great. So I'm on board with bringing in D-Hop. Bringing in Dalvin.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. I'm on board with bringing in George Kittle. I'm on board with bringing in Micah Parsons. I'm on board bringing back Mika Fitzpatrick. Hell yeah, I'm on board with that. Yeah. But that don't mean the players under the other players on my team are trash.
Right. And I agree with that.
Shit. You know, Bill Gates get up and go to work every day. Every day he get up and go to work.
That ain't stopping him. That money he got ain't stopping him from going.
Hey, he's going to get more of it. So what's the problem with that with your team? Absolutely, I want Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
I want Aaron Donald. I want Patrick Mahomes.
So Big Nick. Let me ask you something. If we get Dalvin Cook and it doesn't get Tyreek Hill the 2,000 yards, or we don't get Dalvin Cook, but it guarantees Tyreek Hill getting 2,000 yards, what route would you rather take?
What's the end result?
You got to be an end result. It's got to be super. Which one? Which one get us a Super Bowl?
That's not fair to ask because
what?
What you mean? We trying to get a result. It don't matter either way. We just trying. We want to know what happened for the Dolphins.
I honestly would prefer Tyreek Hill to get 2,000 yards, man. That'll be something special down here.
What's the end result?
You know how crazy that'll be, bro.
Do we get a Super Bowl? Do we get a Super Bowl?
But here's the thing. I don't think we're going to get a Super Bowl if that's what they're aiming for, bro. There's a chance he does get the 2,000 yards. Our team, Tyreek Hill, he's the leader, bro. He's the shot caller here. He's the boss offensively.
He don't call plays. He don't call the plays.
Man, that guy just finished coming out right now on his recent podcast or whatever and said he's pretty much the face of the franchise, dude. He knows
didn't say that, man.
Yes.
Stop lying, Pete.
Come on,
but he doesn't call the plays, though.
Hey, Kidder Rankin, what's good with you, man? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you up here, man.
What's up, everybody? What's up, fellas? What's up?
Shout out to Ken. I'd be agreeing with a lot of his takes on the chat. So shout out
what
to
you
you.
got? What you got for me, Kenna? What you got, bro?
What we talking about?
First of all, let's talk about this running back situation. We were just talking about Dalvin. I'm trying to get everybody's take on Dalvin. I heard a lot of people in the community say, "Hey, I think our running back room is good. We don't need Dalvin. If it's going to cost us $10 million, $8 million, I don't want Dalvin." Do you want Dalvin at $7-8 million, or would you not pay him at that?
Wait, is there a difference between need and want? We got to.
There's a difference
between need and want.
But let me have him answer the question first, Nick. Go ahead.
I would like to have Dalvin being what kind of athlete he is at running back, but if you can have two running backs do it at a cheaper price than what Dalvin is, then why not?
And I agree with that. I think that's on point.
If we can get him, then show enough. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and make this offense prolific. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, out of my 30 years, going on 40 years of watching the Dolphins right now, you know, I can't say we have never had an offense and a team that this dynamic as we get right now. And, you know, that's all I figure. Like, if we can get Dalvin Cook, then by all means, yeah. But at the end of the day, we don't need to run up all the money just to pull him in, because just because we get him does not guarantee a Super Bowl run.
And I agree with that. It don't guarantee nothing, right? Getting Dalvin don't guarantee nothing. But it does give you a higher percentage of hitting that.
Yeah, of course it gives us a higher percentage, but hell, they said drafting Tua was gonna give us a higher percentage of doing something special in his first 2 to 3 years. And look how things turned out.
Right, and look how things did turn out. Do you think that was on Tua, or do you think it was a result of what they put around him?
I think it was a combination of everything, including Tua rushing himself back. Like I feel like if you really that guy,
You got some.
no matter
You
what
got,
kind
bro.
of
You sent, bro. I like where you're talking, but you got some feedback on your mic. You may just want to step out real quick and try to come back in.
okay.
Okay, just jump right back in, bro. I appreciate you. We'll pick up right where you left off. But bro was he was talking some good points, and that's what I like. I like people who are gonna get up here and talk logically about the situation. He said it's a combination of everything. Tua being rushed back, the offense around him. I think you understand that too, Pete. And I know you got a lot of pushback on Tua, Pete, but you understand that situation he came into was not the best situation, Pete. You know that.
Let Kenna keep going, and then we'll get back to that, CB. I like what he was saying as well.
All right, go ahead, Kenna.
Yeah, with the whole situation and everything, like I was saying earlier, just the simple fact of like, okay, if you that guy, no matter what kind of injury you get, especially being if you got one more year in college, why not go ahead and go that next year in college to show everybody you can still do your thing? Like I understand going ahead taking advantage of a good season you had, but in my opinion, being that I'm an athlete, if I'm gonna take advantage of a good season I had, that's just telling me that I don't think I'm gonna have that season again.
That's a bro. That's a
Get
really.
what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying, but that's a really tough conversation to have
It is
because especially especially when you're about to be a top 10 pick.
There's plenty of examples,
and you
of
know
people
that
going back to school and making a mistake. There's plenty of them. Ask Matt Leinart. It's plenty.
Okay, Big Nick, we get that. We get that. There's plenty of mistakes. But at the end of the day, hey, Justin Hilbert stayed, and look what happened in his rookie year coming into the league. You ain't want to point that out, right?
Justin Herbert stayed because he transferred and had to play for 2 different schools.
Yeah.
Regardless of why he stayed, the point is he stayed.
You don't do you get that same energy to Trevor Lawrence?
Man, I get that same energy to any quarterback that is on the field.
And Kenna, this is what I think. And this is
There
one
are
of the
no
main
senior
reasons why
quarterbacks
I
coming
really
out.
believe in Skylar Thompson. That guy played 5 years in college to understand it at an NFL level. I just wanted to say that. That's it. He stayed back and stood behind when he was projected to be a 4th-round draft pick the year before. He decided to stay back and continue to learn in college. So I do like what you're saying. I think quarterbacks should stay longer careers in college.
I'm going to have to fact check that. The previous draft stock. I'm going to have to fact check that.
And let me just go over to Mr. Paul, Crazy Dolphin. What's good with you, Mr. Paul? How you feeling today, bro?
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good. What's
nice and clear.
Okay, I was going Pete, Big Nick, Kenna, and Cap. How you guys going?
Not much. You know how it is, Mr. Park, just out here on the negative side, but we all right.
My bad.
I really want to ask Big Nick about his comment about all the negative talk about Tyreek Hill, though, but I'm going to let Crazy Dolphin go. Then I get it too, Big Nick.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't have to get at me, man. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I like to touch on that too, man. I'm surprised by the
just
downfall.
state your opinion, but you don't have to get after me because I don't think you're going to be able to change my optimism.
I don't want to change the optimism.
You don't have to.
I want to change it. I just want to lay something down real quick.
Okay, so we're gonna let Crazy Dolphin talk real quick, and then we'll let Kenna Rankin lay it down on the Tyreek situation. Then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Mr. Polk. What's going on with
you? Y'all talking about the running back issue, right?
Yeah, and I kind of know where you stand on this, but give everybody your take, Mr. Polk, on the running back situation.
Like I said, I'm happy with the running back roster that we have, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to add Dalvin Cook or even Leonard Fournette to the roster if possible. But we also need to try to address the defensive line is up as well. Even, trying to get Akeem, what's his name? Akeem next. If we can get him, that would be a nice addition also.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
I agree with that, Pete. What's your pushback on that? What's bad about that?
I'm so tired of this fan base asking for a running back, especially a slow one that doesn't fit the system, like Leonard Fournette.
Whoa. Pete, hold up. I didn't ask for a running back. Did you listen to what I just said? And no disrespect. First, I said that I'm okay with the running back roster, but it's nothing wrong if it's possible to add Dalvin Cook to our roster.
And you see that point right there when you said there's nothing wrong. I think there's a lot wrong going on there. When you add, it's not worth the wrong.
What's wrong with
there's a huge problem.
What's wrong with improving our roster?
Number one, it stunts the growth and the utilization of Devon A-Chain. Okay, that's number one.
That doesn't happen in the NFL.
That's the number one factor.
I feel like
Hey guys, we cannot talk over one another, bro. Even what I want y'all to understand is y'all need to be wearing headphones on these panels. That makes it easier for all of us to hear each other. So if you wear headphones, that makes it better. But we can't talk over one another. Yes, yeah. So when you hear yourself talk in the headphone, it keeps you're more inept to not talk over people. So when you get on here, try to wear headphones because you won't talk over each other if you wear headphones. It's just better for you. I got my man DG live in the back. I'm gonna go to Pete. I heard what you said. I'm gonna let Mr. Polk address that, and then we're gonna go to Kenna Rankin after that. DG, what's good with you? How you feeling, bro?
Chilling. How about y'all boys?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yes, but go ahead, Mr. Polk.
No, like I said, really, if we look at the whole roster, we got a very good roster, and I mean, we got one. To me, we got a top 3 roster period in the NFL.
Okay.
And when you look at the running back room, we're not bad with the running back room. With even adding the Devon A-Train. Now, when you bring, if like I said, if Dalvin Cook is willing to come to, if he wants to come to the Miami Dolphins or Leonard Fournette, bring him in. There's nothing wrong with that. And then as far as A-Chain go, that's not taken away from A-Chain. He's a rookie, and he can learn from Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, he can't. Hey, it's a really good point. Really good point.
He can learn from Dalvin Cook. So why not bring him in if the opportunity exists?
I like it. Now let me go ahead and get to Kenna Rankin real quick, and then I'm gonna go to you, Big Nick. Kenna, go ahead, bro. What's going on? You said you had something on the Tyreek Hill situation.
Yeah. Well, first off, I don't really think they're negative comments, Big Nick. I think for a receiver to come out and say that they're going to get 2,000 yards that year, it's kind of showing how selfish that guy's going to be in the offense. Because just think about last year, how much we had to go to Tyreek and the yardage that he got on top of the touchdowns. You get what I'm saying? I would have been cool with him saying, I'm going to get 20 touchdowns over the yardage.
Kenna, let me just add to the point where you're so right. Hold on, real quick.
I gotta go to nope. I said no. I said I'm going to Big Nick, so I'm gonna keep.
That's crazy.
I'll come to
Kenna, remember late in the
season. Go ahead, Big Nick.
All right, real quick. So, a couple of things, but on the same topic, exact same topic. So there's an issue with not necessarily an issue, but you see some people see selfishness by a comment by a receiver saying that he wants to be the greatest of all time this year and win the Super Bowl. When at the same time you didn't have a problem with the narrative of the rest of the league, including the fan base, everybody except Tyreek was pushing for him to get 2,000 last year. So now,
I didn't
say a word. I didn't say a word.
I'm finished.
I was gonna let you finish. I was gonna add one more thing in there real quick when you said that, because you just reminded me. But we also got Waddle on the other side. Force feeding the ball to Tyreek gonna hurt Waddle.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be the last time I have on this subject because I don't see anything wrong here with it. So I'm not gonna continue to defend something I don't see where there's no need to defend. This is gonna be the last thing I said with it. If the Miami Dolphins win the Super Bowl and Tyreek Hill only has 800 yards and 2 touchdowns for the whole season, nobody's gonna hold him accountable for saying he wanted to get 2,000 yards.
That's
so
true.
In the big scheme of things, it means nothing what he said.
Okay, that's true, but it gives us conversation up here to talk about it as Dolphin fans.
Okay, that's why I'm out of it now. That's why I don't want to discuss it anymore because the only thing I'm gonna see out of it is sunshine and rainbows.
The reality is this, though, Kenna. To add to your point, I don't know if you guys remember, but late in the season, all I heard was everybody saying, "Oh, Tua should have checked it down. Tua should have been checking it down." You know why he wasn't checking it down? Was the simple fact that Tyreek was demanding the ball. And that's going to continue here. So all of you guys were saying, oh, Tyreek Hill is good. He's not going to do this. All Tua needs to do is check it down and we're good. Nah, man. We're going to see the same situation just like last year. Like we're trying to bring up.
Are you presenting any of this as fact?
Hey, this is
it happened last year, and that's what a lot of the Dolphins fans were saying.
If you're presenting it as fact, please direct the panel to where they can go verify that fact, please, because you just said
you guys don't think that's fact. Wide open running backs in the flat and Tua throwing interceptions.
You just said you're presenting it as fact, Pete.
All right.
You're presenting it as fact, Pete.
It is facts.
That's
what happened.
Okay, I can help you out with that, Pete.
All right, hold up. Kenna, hold up, bro. Hold up. Stop talking. Everybody stop talking. Now I understand what you guys are saying in the grand scheme of things, right? But a player saying he wants to get 2,000 yards doesn't mean you're selfish. I'm just gonna rocket that. I'm not gonna say I'm not look. I'm not saying it's a selfish. It's not a selfish take to me. And that's me. That's how I feel about it. A player having aspirations of breaking an NFL record is not saying, "Oh, Waddle, I don't want you to eat because I want to get 2,000 yards." I don't think that's what he's saying. I just want to give you that. DG, what's good with you? How you feeling, man?
Man, to me, just as long as we win the Super Bowl, I'm fine. If you get that 2,000, it don't even matter to me. We just got to win that Super Bowl, man. Get those wins. You know, if that means Tyreek got to get like 3,000 yards in a year, then okay, so be it. If that means 800, so be it too. We all just got to make it work all together.
And that's where I'm at with it. And I'm not gonna chastise a guy for saying, "Hey, I want to get 2,000 yards." I'm not gonna.
I mean, it's not really chastising, bro. Like when you look at the grand scheme of things, like our fans, just think of how much we're gonna have to go to Tyreek for him to get that 2,000 yards.
But hold up.
He's not gonna get 150 yards, 200 yards every game.
Honestly. This is what I like about Tyreek Hill open up his mouth. Go ahead.
So let me say this real quick. So Kenna said it's going to say, and we're going to have to go to him a bunch for him to get that type of yardage. I don't think that's true, right? I don't think you have to force feed Tyreek in order to get him 2,000 yards. Right?
Okay, bro.
This is what because there's multiple ways to get him that yardage. But
why are we making this
the Dolphins
organization,
bro? And I know,
no,
Big Nick.
Here's what I like.
This is a goal.
Okay, that's fine. That blew up. Over 1 million people on his own channel and on every network heard that, and Tyreek put that. And here's what I like. But here's what I like. When it comes down week 1 and we're playing the Chargers, you already know those guys are gonna double team Tyreek Hill. We're actually gonna see if Tua came out and he's able to beat that defense, progressing, reading the defense, and finding out they're double teaming Tyreek Hill, and I'm not going to force him the ball. If we see Tua week 1 forcing Tua the ball in double coverage like he did last year, and even at times in triple coverage, dude, that guy's he's just going to sit here and do the same thing all year. Week 1 is going to tell us all. That's all I'm going to say. I guarantee you, week 1 will tell us all. And if not week 1, by week 2, we'll know how it's going to go for the rest of the year for sure. Those two teams are going to take out Tyreek Hill.
Did you push back on everybody last year saying Tyreek Hill is going to be the first receiver getting 2,000 yards? Did you push back on that at all?
Heck yeah. All last season, I was telling you guys Tua's going to fail and he's not going to do this.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not the same thing, Pete. That's not the same.
And I was wrong. I was wrong last year because I didn't think that. I didn't think Tyreek Hill would have over like.
Did you push back on the narrative of him achieving that?
Big Nick, hold up. Pete Takes just said he was wrong. Pete, Pete, did you leave the panel?
No, I'm here.
You said you was wrong about what?
I was wrong about Tyreek Hill. I said he wouldn't get over 1,300 yards under Tua, no matter how much they utilize him and use him.
And so you was
under
wrong,
Tua.
And you said you was wrong about Tua.
Well, I wasn't wrong on
Tua. He said he was wrong about Tyreek Hill.
I was wrong about Tyreek Hill. I didn't think he was going to come in here and do what he did. That was honestly.
Well, why you didn't think that?
Now,
why didn't you think that?
What was shocking
to
me?
Hold up. Why didn't you think that, Pete? Why didn't you think he was going to be able to do that?
Good question, Big Nick. Because what we saw from Tua heading forward from previous years before he had Tyreek Hill, all we knew him as was a check down Charlie. So all he did was check it down to the running backs and tight ends and Durham Smythe and all that little short crap. So I didn't think he was going to turn around and have a big year. I think they were going to try to overly use him.
If you was wrong about Tyreek by proxy, you was wrong about.
No, because I was right about. I was right.
You can't say that.
No.
Hey, hold up. Hey, Pete. No. Hey, shout out to the member, my member, homie Raul. He said I must be having a nightmare. No, this is not a nightmare. This is Pete actually talking cordial football talk on a Miami Dolphins panel, man. We rarely get this, man. Hey, Pete, you've been getting a lot of hate everywhere. But I know you got a good heart. I know you really want the Miami Dolphins to win. I know that's what you really want. I know you really 100%. Might dislike Tua a lot.
Greer. I Greer the most. Yeah, Greer the most.
You say nothing tops Greer. You on board with that?
Yeah.
You on board with that too?
Oh, wait, with Greer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Greer neither.
A little bit.
I don't like Greer neither.
Hey, hold on, I'm done after this, and I promise I'll be quiet. I just want to say this, right? In 2019, there was commentators and people in the league saying that the Miami Dolphins should be investigated for possibly putting an unsafe work environment on the field because they were so undermanned. Now, today, 2023, we got a top 3 roster. We talking about Super Bowl, and y'all got a problem with Chris Greer? Stop it!
We technically got investigated 4 times.
Like, how you gonna cover up all his mistakes, though? Like, how you just gonna overlook all of that?
All right, but
come on, bro.
Hey, hold on,
come on, man. On the average team, yo, Chris Greer probably would have been fired.
I'm done, bro. When we change the subject, I'll be back, CB. I'm just listening now.
Hey, I just want to say this, guys, and I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you when it comes to Chris Greer. Chris Greer has made some mistakes, right?
Yes.
He's made some mistakes. Every GM makes mistakes, and that's what I want you guys to understand. The draft, look. So the draft is a situation.
Tannenbaum is better than Greer. I'm sorry.
What?
Wrong.
Bro.
Wrong.
What?
I'm just saying.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Hey,
you know the only person other than Pete that'll say that? The only person other than Pete that'll say that is Dominican Sue.
Hey.
The only person other than Pete that'll say that.
Bro, Pete, you gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop, bro.
All right. I don't think.
So this is my thing about Greer, bro. Greer tore this shit down to the studs, bro. Really took it down to the studs and built it back up. And now we have a top 5 roster in NFL. If you told me a couple years ago, we would have Tyreek Hill on the roster, Jalen Ramsey, Bradley Chubb. We would have emerging players like Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland, Robert Hunt. We would have Teron Armstead. Like these are. Let's give credit where credit is due. This is
how many of those guys get slow picked before Greg picked them?
You said how many of those guys were what? None of them guys. The only guy who was here before Chris Greer was Robert Hunt.
No, I'm talking about how much help Chris Greer had along the way.
It doesn't, bro.
Look at Mark Jackson. Look at Mark Jackson.
Nah, let's not talk about help. Let's not talk about help. Let's not try
What
to.
you mean? We talk about help with Tua all the time. Why not?
So what help Chris Greer got? Who is help?
He got help from Flo.
So you gonna give Flo all his good picks, but you ain't gonna give Flo the bad picks.
Hey, well, you know what we need to do? We need to do a Greer episode.
So you ain't giving Flo no monogamy. You ain't giving Flo Austin Jackson.
That's the thing. I don't discriminate.
Bro, you sound like you discriminate, bro. That's what it sounds like.
Whoever fuck up. That's how I call it.
So
Cal Van Noy, Eric Flowers, Jordan Howard. I mean, how many more names do you want me to throw at you?
Those are all 1 year guys, man. Those are stopgaps.
I mean, for a 3-year head coach, you know you're gonna have some 1 year guys.
Those are stopgaps. Those are guys Flo wanted on his team. You bringing in guys to help your guy.
Cal Van Noy was supposed to be a captain.
Van Noy is Flo's guy, and he got him out of here.
He didn't get him out of here.
So let's be real.
Flo got rid of him.
Flo got rid of him. Greer didn't get rid of him.
Oh yeah.
Flo got rid of him.
Yeah, so what y'all mad about? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What I'm saying is,
I'm mad that we got rid of Flo and we should have got rid of Greer. We should have kept Flo.
What I'm saying is, as long as we don't have Greer, as long as Greer don't be in the GM, how many players do we have that done been on the Dolphins and came up and is good as a Dolphin? The only player we got like that right now is a Christian Wilkins.
What about
Javon? He let Jarvis Landry go. He let Jarvis Landry go.
He didn't draft Jarvis Landry. And he didn't draft Jarvis Landry.
He didn't draft him, dude.
And he wasn't in control of the player of the roster at that time.
No, that was before the tear down.
Greer was in charge of the roster.
That was Tannenbaum.
No, Tannenbaum wasn't in charge.
Okay, my fault. That was Tannenbaum.
Gates was in charge of the 53. Gates was in charge of the 53.
Y'all gotta stop the Greer hate, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, if it wasn't now, if Greer, this roster wasn't where it was supposed to be today, I would be with y'all. I would be all for y'all, tearing off in Greer behind right now.
I mean, Greer the only one that's been on this team the longest.
But I can't.
We still got $13 million to spend.
But I got you. I'm coming to you next, Mr. Paul. But what I can't have is guys going in on Chris Greer, because honestly, Chris Greer was in a situation where he was, and this is what GMs should do. Like, we all got to be realistic with ourselves. GM's job is to help the coach by getting players that he wants, right? You are trying to build a roster for your head coach that's complementary to what he wants to do. Him and Flores worked hand in hand in order to try to build a roster. Now, did it work?
Oh my
God! They went behind Flo back and set him up on that. Y'all cannot tell me they was not working behind him.
Kenna, the whole world is a conspiracy now, bruh.
I ain't saying the whole world is a conspiracy, but it better be, because if you ain't thinking outside the box, where you at?
So look, this is my thing. All right. So Kenna, did Flo want Tua, or did he want somebody else?
I mean, he wanted somebody else.
Okay, all right. So if he wanted somebody else, right, and you want to get a quarterback in who's gonna win, why aren't you willing to go sit and meet with Tom Brady on a yacht to better your football team? If you want a quarterback,
this man done been in New England. How long, bro?
No, that's bigger than but Kenna and CB. But Kenna and CB is bigger than that. It shows how much knowledge they had, unless they intentionally wanted to cheat and skew the system. But they have no knowledge if they got that like that, and they got in trouble for it, and it showed.
Why? So why is he not willing to go get Tom Brady? I'm
trying to. CB, don't do it to yourself, man.
The way it was set up seemed fishy to him. If he turned around, that seemed fishy to him. If he turned around, it was fishy to him.
Not gonna change his mind. It's not enough numbers and facts and nuance in the world to convince these people.
But hey, what I want you
to get you, Big Nick, and you right.
It's just, what I want you to understand, Kenna, is that it's not all on one guy. It's not. And Flo had a lot to do with the players that was picked. A lot of that, bro. You can't put all.
He was a rookie head coach. That's not true, bro.
And McDaniels is too.
That guy even came out and said he had no say in his first draft, bro. He got tired of that. He saw what they were doing. Like, you're making me work. Like, Tua makes offensive coordinators' jobs hard. Mike McDaniel had to move.
I can't believe that. You think Chris Greer would have took Christian Wilkins without consulting with his head coach first?
I think so.
What?
Oh my God!
Y'all are wild. Hey, bro, I'm done with y'all, bro. Y'all clearly don't understand the way football works, and y'all don't understand the way relationships work in the front office.
Well, didn't they fall off? Brian Flores probably wanted. Hey, listen, this is how things fall off.
That's
Obviously,
funny.
what we know the facts right now, CB, they fell off of communication and collaboration. They weren't getting along, picking the same guys. So maybe Flores wanted somebody else 2019, and then he turned around and was right, because let's not forget, before this previous season,
he was right.
Everybody was going off on Christian Wilkins. Okay, they were dogging him. Before this season, now
know that every year he's been in the league, he's gotten better and better.
I know you can say that, but the sacks haven't been there. At the end of the year, we've been saying he only got 2 sacks last year. At the end of the year, he only got 3 sacks last year. This guy got 2 sacks, and that's what we were complaining about. And now you guys want to sit here and say, well, he got 99 tackles, but a sack ain't one. And now you guys want to be happy about a tackles? Nah, man, I'm not going to be sitting here.
Hey, real quick. I just want to reset. I appreciate everybody coming in. We got 40 in the room. Hit the like for your boy real quick. Hey, 40
That's
in the room.
Bro. I won't finish, but go ahead.
Hit the like. Donate to the channel if you want to. Become a member. Shout out to the members game. My dog Raul in here. Shake was in here. I see everybody in the chat. Shout out to the chat, man. I know y'all having a good time in here. I understand guys being upset with Greer, but you can't put it all on him. And right now, I don't think you have a reason to be upset, because this roster is the best roster we've seen in 20 years.
Thank you.
It's really the best roster we've seen in 20 years. And that's
I don't disagree with that.
And I don't disagree with that.
So if it's the best roster,
but we're behind other teams that have their best roster in recent years as well.
Says who, Pete?
So if you want to point that out, with the best roster we done had in 20 years, you're right. At the end of the day, there's a couple of players that could have set our roster and projected our roster a couple of years ago in the right direction, but the right choice wasn't made.
And that's sometimes that happens. That's the nature of the game.
Like, why would you go get a guy why would you continue to play a guy that is showing that he halfway care about playing quarterback? Like, he don't even give 2 fucks about selling a player nothing.
Who?
Jay Cutler.
Oh, that's a long time ago, bro.
That was Greer's fault. That was all Greer.
That's Adam Gase.
I want to blame Adam Gase.
Y'all so misinformed, dude.
Yeah, who signed off on it? Who signed off on it?
Tannenbaum signed off on that.
Decisions that the organization makes, and they continue to make the same stupid.
But you're talking, look, Kenna, you talking organizational mistakes. You talking Tannenbaum, Gase. You talking 5-10 years ago, bro.
Everybody but Greer.
Yeah, you talking everybody but Greer.
It's only one common denominator.
Y'all so misinformed on the information of the history of the Dolphins. It is so sad. It is so sad.
Like, they didn't even know Adam Gase was in charge of the 53-man roster.
Come on, man. This is so delusional with it, though.
Hey, all right. Hey, Wayne came in hot. And
I'm watching the show, CB, and I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? I feel bad. I genuinely feel bad for our Dolphin fans, because y'all been so misinformed. Y'all don't know football like y'all think y'all do. Exactly. It is not y'all fault. Y'all watch people that give y'all the wrong information. Pete, you one of them, so stop, okay?
No, I agree.
You're funny to me, but you so misinformed. But
this man just said run Tyreek into the ground.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
But guys, y'all gotta understand. You gotta put more facts. Stop putting your opinion as facts. Y'all gotta go back and actually start looking at tape. Please stop putting your opinion.
So somebody tell me the fact. Who got us in the playoffs in 2016? What was the general manager that got us in the playoffs?
It was Mike Tannenbaum.
Mike Tannenbaum and Adam.
Okay, so then
2016, it was Dennis Hickey, wasn't it?
And it was Matt Moore at
quarterback. Okay, so we're in agreement it wasn't Gase. So then okay. So then we're in agreement it wasn't Gase. So that means Gase started drafting from 2017. You take it from there.
No, Gase never drafted. We said he was in charge of the 53-man roster. Which means he had final decisions on who makes the roster and who doesn't.
Yeah.
So y'all got to understand what terminology is in football first and what it means.
Because honestly, look, Gase
terminology has nothing to do with facts.
But Gase
didn't draft anybody.
That's right, though.
Gase didn't draft anybody.
And when has NFL ever been a fact show when you're a lot of it is
completely changed the subject
anyway?
No,
I asked you a question and you completely changed the subject.
But Gase drafted. Gase never drafted anybody.
You guys need to learn the definition of the deflection also.
Hey, when they draft,
can we be productive? Cap, what are you saying?
Hold on, because I don't like this fact talk and opinion stuff. Because at the end of the day, football is nothing but projection and opinion. Even when you draft a quarterback, it's a projection and an opinion of analysts
and top three quarterback in the NFL is not projection.
That's all it is.
That's a fact.
No, I mean Jamarcus Russell blew the league by storm, right? Oh my God, Jamarcus Russell was such an off-season star.
All right, so here we go.
All 3 of his years averaged out. He's going to be a top 3 quarterback.
Last year, Tua was a top 3 quarterback.
Exactly, point prover.
So Tua was a good quarterback because he had a good system, a coach who empowered him, and it worked. He had players around him. That's why he was successful. In his first 2 years, he didn't have that. I think he had second-rate coaching.
But that's not necessarily the case. He was successful early on in the season.
Okay, wait.
He was successful early on in the season.
CB83.
Early on in the season, he was successful.
No, Pete, go ahead, Mr.
Wayne,
Polk.
you feel me, bro? This is what I go through.
Let's not forget, Tua's first year, he was supposed to stay on the. He was supposed to sit the bench and heal up from his injury, but they threw him in the season when they said he was going to keep on the bench. They threw him in. That was a strike against Tua from the get go. So let's and then the other thing, when it comes down to Greer, okay, there's no such thing as a perfect GM.
No such thing.
Greer was the one who, when we paid all these players X amount of money, one that came in and cleaned up the cap. Now, I'm not saying he's perfect, and I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm happy with
Greer financial guru
and what he did, what he provided with our roster as of today. So come on,
right. And Mr. Polk, I think you spot on.
Yeah.
You spot on, Mr. Polk. Hey, no, y'all gotta give Chris Greer his due for what he's done with this team in the past 3 to 4 years.
That's what Stephen Ross do. They don't have to give him shit. Stephen Ross give it to him.
Explain to me, Stephen Ross. Oh yeah, you're right, Big Nick. Stephen Ross did give it to him because he decided to stick with him. But let's not forget, it was a tough decision. It was either Greer or Flores that was gonna be gone. It was hard.
So I gotta be grateful for 10-8, 99 and 99. I gotta be grateful for 10-8, 99 and 99. I gotta be grateful for that.
Right.
Hey, the team this year, bro.
Exactly, Cap.
You're gonna be grateful this year, Cap. You're gonna be grateful after this year.
Can I say this, Cap?
Okay, no, I'm just asking.
If we only win more than 10 games, then what you talking about?
Flores won 10 games with a worse roster.
Hey, Kenna,
we win more than 10 games, then what you talking about?
Kenna, it ain't no if, bro. We winning more than 10 games. I put my money on that. You put money on that?
I mean, not with the way y'all been there, and I was talking y'all motherfuckers.
He said Flores won 10 games with a less roster. Now watch I hit him with this. They ain't gonna like that. While playing the last place schedule.
But McDaniel first year and went to the playoffs.
Hey, Wayne D, go ahead. Let Wayne D
playing the last place schedule.
Nick, let Wayne D rock.
Nah, because I know what Nick about to say. We thinking the same thing right now. What Flores could never do was get us to the playoffs or beat Buffalo. What McDaniel did in his first year was give Tua what he needed. Tua always had what
that's incorrect, Kenna. You see, y'all forget.
Let me finish. He beat Buffalo in his first year. Yeah, stop interrupting people. He beat Buffalo in his first year, and we made it to the playoffs in his first year. Yeah, Tua helped get us there. And yeah, Skyler almost beat Buffalo with the head coach that we had in his first year. So just
say his name,
what's about to happen. No. Skyler's about to be a great number 2. But we already know Tua Leroy.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's my cue. Hold up.
Do it for him, baby. All right, Leroy. Who's the last
Yeah, correction on my end. 10-6, not 10-8.
It's gonna be a great thing, guys.
Oh, damn. Let me go, motherfucker. Let me go. Oh.
Damn right, it's Tua Leroy, man. I ain't messing with y'all.
You need to change that and put Aaron Rodgers on there, bro. Put Aaron Rodgers face.
Hey, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Hey, can I comment on the Tyreek stuff?
Hold up, Cap. Let me do this real quick. Go ahead. No, Cap. Go ahead and Tyreek comment.
I had playoff implications with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Real quick, because my phone crapped out earlier. I didn't
keep talking over people, bro.
I didn't get a chance to say anything earlier about it. My phone crapped out. No, just real quick, man, I have no issue with with promising, success for us, man, because that's what we're dying to hear, especially with all the situations off the field. Like, that makes me think that he's not going to have no problem, that he'll play a full season. I don't really think about the 2000 aspect. I just think about him being available and, saying Super Bowl. Like, I could care less if he says 2000, man. When we can use that to our advantage and just play mind games. You know what I mean? Like, we could just run the ball. Like, we could do this any other way we want right now.
I like your thought process, Cap, because I'm not stressing over it, bro. It's not.
I'm not stressing over it because, for one, I think Dalvin Cook is on the way. So I don't, honestly, what Tyreek said, any star in the NFL that's just trying to get their team hyped up, it's the offseason, y'all. Come on, man. All of this is just talk.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's why I don't.
You should no. Listen, look how long it's been since we had a player that can talk up our team like this. A Super Bowl champion knows what a Super Bowl champion team looks like. Tyreek knows.
Yeah. And I'm with you. Pete, I'm not gonna take the disrespect. If I tell you stop talking over, hold up. Kenna, if I tell somebody to stop talking over each other, stop talking over each other, bro. I'm gonna give you one more shot. This is your third strike, bro. Next time you gotta go, Pete.
But it's all about timing, bro. We trying to time it and everybody time it wrong. That's the problem.
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, bro. Stop
trying to give a take two, just like everybody else, man. You're trying to put these baby rules.
Yeah. Stop that. You better stop that shit. You better stop.
Do your thing, bro. Have fun, bro.
All right, man. Hey, but go ahead, Ken. I know you were saying something. Go ahead.
Nah, you got it.
Now nobody want to talk because now they're afraid he might give him a strike.
I want to ask you the question. Is there one starter on the Miami Dolphins that you would consider to be an All-Pro this year?
Yeah, I think you said
I'm asking Pete.
Oh, Pete left, or Pete's still on here. He's still on here. Go ahead.
Is there one player that you would say is going to be a Pro Bowler, or matter? Is there one player you would say is the best player in his position on your team in the NFL?
Right now, Tyreek Hill.
That's the only one?
Yeah.
Well, you did ask him just one. But of course he's going to go for that player.
Damn, Pete.
I think Tyreek Hill's an easy one. I think
it's too easy.
Jalen Ramsey. I think Jalen Ramsey's up there. I think
Javon Holland is not even better than Minka Fitzpatrick.
Damn, about to ball out, bro. Javon is about to ball out. I think you understand?
Javon's up and coming.
Can I answer that?
He's up and coming. Go ahead, Wayne.
All right.
So now y'all talk.
I feel all right. This is what I'm saying. I feel like this is the year Javon really can just bust out because now he doesn't have to worry
about the corners.
Exactly. That's what's gonna turn this defense up. The fact that
you ain't got to babysit.
Doesn't have to worry about the secondary.
You ain't got to babysit.
You got to worry about the linebackers and the D line. That's it. Just getting the pass rush going and making sure the secondary and the linebackers are on point.
That's underrated. That's an underrated take right there. I think
it is.
a lot of people don't understand that Javon Holland was doing a lot last year.
His rookie year, he was doing a lot.
Bro, he's been doing a lot since he's been back there because honestly, the secondary hasn't been where it needed to be. And also, I thought the play calling wasn't the best. It wasn't the best for what they do better as a unit. So I think that has a lot to do with it. But that's really underrated. I think Javon Holland will play a lot freely this year and be able to make more plays because he's got guys in the secondary who are experienced and who can get guys lined up in the right way and just play. And that's what we haven't been able to do. It's been a lot of chaos on the back end instead of guys just lining up and playing fast. You got to understand that the game is a lot of mental, right? So it's a lot of mental, a lot of preparing, a lot of understanding where you need to be in the defense, right? So when you understand that, you could play a lot faster, right? So when the unit understands that collectively, they could play a lot faster. They pin their ears,
react,
get after,
and foam at the mouth. Oh, it's gonna be scary.
It should be very, very scary.
No injuries aside. Ooh.
Yeah,
I want to directly ask Wayne, and I want to ask DG this question, right? As an insider, as a real true Dolphin fan, you know our defense overperformed to the level to what it should have because we was actually playing with our 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th defensive back on the field last year. And yet and still, with all of that, our defense, to me, overperformed because we didn't get blown out of any games, right? We was in most games. However, with Josh Boyer only knowing how to coach one way, and that was to send everybody when you're playing with your 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th DBs, was actually bad coaching on his part. Do you agree with that?
I definitely agree on that.
I'm gonna let Wayne go first, and then go ahead, DG. Go ahead.
Okay. The reason I agree with that is because coaches gotta know where their players excel best at, and sometimes they get so caught up in I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. That they lose traction of you don't have those players to make it work like you thought you could. So now you have to evolve. And that's what the game of football is. It's an in-game, out-game evolvement while you're playing the game. The out-game is pre-game. The in-game is
he never evolved. He left X on the island. He left X on the island with the speed receiver while you decide to go zero blitz on 3rd and 3.
Yeah, well, look, and with growing injuries and stuff like that. So and that's what y'all gotta understand. And I can understand Boyer's situation. He was really in a dire situation last year, right? He's a first-year defensive coordinator. Now, not first-year defensive coordinator, but first full rank handling everything by himself, right?
A lot of pressure.
So it's a lot of pressure, right? You got a rookie head coach who's under a lot of pressure too, right? And then they're coming out of this situation where Flores kind of was in a crazy situation, left the franchise under bad terms. So it's just it's just a lot for him to deal with as a first-year defensive coordinator. And Tony, I'm gonna get to you. Give me a second. It's a lot for him to deal with as a first year. So
let Dave answer to that question too.
So when it comes to it, I think it's going to be much better this year with an experienced guy in the building. And you gotta have a guy who can tailor his defense towards what the players give you. I think this team would have been much better last year playing zone later in the season. I didn't think we were in a position talent-wise
to be running zero blitz.
To be running zero blitzes. It's just you're not in a position. You got young corners in the game. They're gonna get beat. But see, if you don't teach your team how to play zone defense, you got to live by it and you got to die by it.
And it crippled us. Yeah.
What you say, DG?
And it crippled us. Go ahead, DG, and then I'm gonna come to you, Tony. Go ahead.
So, you guys don't think if we had Byron, we would still be okay with the same defense that we ran last year?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, for sure. But when you don't have Byron, what do you have to do?
Keep it going to the next person.
You gotta adjust.
You gotta
evolve.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember, I was upset at the Jalen Ramsey trade because I had so much promise and praise on Kader Kohou. Kader Kohou did a tremendous job. He was number 3 rated player. I had faith. I was like, this is our upcoming corner, bro. This is our guy. I feel like
we're trying to win now.
But when you're trying to win,
but that was my only argument against the Jalen Ramsey trade.
But it's an upgrade. It's still an upgrade.
It's not a bad trade.
But it's still an upgrade.
I understand what Pete's saying. Pete's saying he doesn't want the progression of Kader Kohou to get
he's still gonna get reps.
But
he ain't gonna start like that.
Just
he's gonna get a lot of reps.
The fact that you got
if he's doing what he's supposed to do, he'll get
on the other side. Exactly. That secondary should have the pass rush foaming at the mouth even more, because they know any player they put on the field in the back, they got it, bro.
And
Wayne. Big Nick. Let me go.
Okay, real quick. I'm sorry, real quick. And Ramsey, Ramsey's an all-time player.
No, Nick. I said I'm going to Tony, bro.
All
Tony,
right.
go
ahead.
Hey, CB, how are you guys today?
What's good, bro? What's going on with you?
To me, you guys were talking about Tua earlier, and who is to blame specifically on him playing earlier than he was supposed to after healing from his injury.
Okay.
For me, I do not blame Flores. I blame the guy at the top, because he was forcing Flores to play the kid. Flores actually said during
I wouldn't play him. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he didn't want to. He didn't want to play him at all.
But look, Tony, I agree with that. And Big Nick, I'm gonna let you rock as soon as I get to this point, really quick. So I agree with that, Tony. It's not on Flores. I think that is totally on Greer and Stephen Ross. Now, do I think they were right in doing that? I think so. And this is why I say that. You have 2 first-round draft picks the next year, right? Are you going to go into a position where you haven't seen Tua play at all and not draft a quarterback if you feel like he's not good enough? You're going to set your franchise back. So you got to have him play. And at that point, we're 3-3 in the season. I don't care about Ryan Fitzpatrick getting us to the playoffs. We're not going to the fucking Super Bowl with Ryan Fitzpatrick in that football team. Like, come on. Let's be real about it. We're not going to the Super Bowl with that team. So I don't care about going to the playoffs.
And that was a miracle team. Anything could have happened. That was a special team.
No, it wasn't. Get the fuck out, Pete.
That was a special team, bro. That was our special year.
That team was a tragedy, bro.
That's why it made it so special. We could have made a crazy special run. We could have run with pitchbacks and Miami Miracles.
Let me say this.
We also blame.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Could I say something? We always blame Flores for not getting. He knew Greer and Ross were violating the CBA at the time, because Brady was under contract with the Bucs still when he went on they went on that yacht.
Man,
so
Brady was still with the Pats.
That's litigated. That's litigated already. That's done.
But we accuse Flores of. Some of our fan base accuses him of snitching.
No, but what I can accuse Flores of is telling his boss not to talk to him. Don't talk to me. I can accuse him of having grown men inside a facility, grown millionaires walking in a single file line. I can say that Flores was showing favoritism only to the defensive stars and was treating everybody else like shit in the building. I can verify, go off of that.
Byron
what
Jones,
about that?
Thank God he's gone. Listen,
but this is what I want to say.
Be real,
real quick, Wayne. Real quick. I'm sorry. This is what I wanted to say.
We had a top 5 defense at the time.
This is what I wanted to say. Jalen Ramsey.
He's a good defensive coach. That's one thing, though.
This is what I want to say. Jalen Ramsey is right now considered an all-time corner, and he's still in his prime. So to say that getting him over Kader Kohou, to me, that doesn't make sense. We'll take Jalen Ramsey 100 times and 5 times on Sunday. Yeah. And also, I want to say, people like me who believe that the Miami Dolphins have their franchise quarterback, we don't hold it against anybody for playing Tua early. I don't think it hurt him at all, me personally, because I see the quarterback that he is and the quarterback that he will be. So we only use that. We only use that to bring that up because of the reasons why y'all don't like him, or it could be a reason. But I don't see a problem with him playing that year when he came back. We don't complain about that, the believers in Tua. We never complain about that.
Hey, I just want to say, DG, you dead ass wrong for this comment, bro. Flores equals Gunna is hilarious.
That's real, though.
Hey, Gunna got a fire album, though, bro. Gunna got a fire album, though. That bitch slide, though. That bitch slide, though.
And see, that's only that. Hold on, Anthony, because that's only now, Big Nick, that you say that. But in reality, if we didn't trade for Jalen Ramsey and we trusted the evaluation of Kader Kohou under Vic Fangio, we could have already paid Connor Williams. We could have already paid and probably went out and got Dalvin Cook.
I think Vic
we could have had more moves to make this offseason.
He's an all-time corner in his prime, Pete.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want to value him as. The Rams didn't value him as. They let him go for a third.
No, Pete, those are actual facts, Peter. Peter, that's actual facts, bro.
Hold up.
No, I know, but they didn't value him as much. They let him go for a third.
Because they are a rebuilding team, my guy.
Right.
You could word it however you want. We were a rebuilding team, and we kept Xavier Howard, right?
Hot Mike.
They didn't have leverage.
Hot Mike, DG, go ahead.
Okay, would you guys rather have Noah had worked out with that draft pick, or we would have Jalen Ramsey at this current moment? Which one would you rather have?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Noah.
I would. You know what? This is for the flow lovers. I would have rather Noah work out, so it would have made that pick more dignified for him. Because we all know Noah was a flow pick.
That was his
pick. Real.
That
was his pick.
Had to be.
Wow. Now, let's do that. All the bad picks, let's blame Flores.
We needed an O-line. First off, we shouldn't have got AJ. We could have got a better O-line, and we should have got a running back. Let's keep it 100.
But I agree with you. But
Sanders was right there.
At this point,
the Greer don't draft running backs high. You know that.
Yeah,
at
that's
this
true.
point,
So
I'd rather have Ramsey in this team as opposed to having Noah work out. Because I know ultimately Ramsey's going to be a better player than Noah could ever be.
And that's a fact. I'm sorry, I'm stealing that from Lewis. That's a fact.
Let's be completely real about it.
But to Noah's defense, Noah was the youngest player in the league, and he was a top 5 athletic profile coming into the league. So what if he would have worked out?
Hey, it was just. I thought it was a poor. I think it was a poor evaluation on him. I think he played
receiver.
They shouldn't have reached on him. If you want to,
we talked about this when we first got Jalen. I said honestly, me and you talked about it. I said that to be, in my honest opinion, he's going to be playing the star position the whole season.
No,
I think Cam Smith is going to be the boundary corner at the beginning of the season across from Max because they're going to have Jalen roaming the whole season, I think he'll do a lot in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he'll do a little bit of everything though. I think he'll play boundary. I think he'll play a little bit of everywhere. So, and that's what I think Fangio is looking to do is create situations where the quarterback just doesn't know what he's getting himself into. Offensively,
be different than that.
Right, so every play is going to be something different. Go ahead, Mr.
Cam Smith to be that player.
Let Mr. Polk rock real quick, Big Nick, and then I got you. Go ahead.
And that's why I think Jalen Phillips is going to have a breakout season as well.
Yeah.
Because because the scheme that Fangio has set, I think he's going to have a more. And in fact, Jalen Phillips as a team has been progressing. And what happened? So I think he's going to really have a breakout season this season.
Not only has he progressed mentally, but he's progressed physically now to the fact that it should be so much easier for him with the game. Not only with with Chubb being there, but even having Ogba back will help out Jalen Phillips mentally also growing up. And with Vic being at the top, oh my God, Scott, that D-line should be foaming at the mouth, y'all. They really should be.
That D line is gonna be crucial. As long as we can stay healthy, bro, we're gonna be a problem.
I'm gonna give a bold take. I'm gonna give a bold take right now. What I think is gonna end up happening.
I think the people that have a problem with Chris Greer, but at the same time, and I'm not saying you, Anthony. I just want people to think about certain things. You have a problem with Chris Greer, but at the same time, you coming in saying how Cam Smith is going to do this and which is going to free up Jalen Ramsey, right? And you're talking about a position coming to the NFL, which is one of the top 4 hardest positions to learn in the NFL, and you got a rookie corner coming in is going to allow Jalen Ramsey to be freed up to do all sorts of things. So that's paying homage to Chris Greer too.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, I'm gonna give a bold take at linebacker. In my opinion, I think Duke Riley is gonna surprise all of you guys. And he's gonna be the starting linebacker next to Jerome.
He's
what?
He's trolling.
How is Duke Riley? I'm telling you guys right now,
trolling.
I
Actually,
think Duke Riley's going to be the guy
I
that
don't-
ends
I
up
don't
starting
think-
alongside
he be
Jerome Baker.
trolling.
And I know what
He
I'm
be
telling you
trolling,
guys.
but I don't think Duke Riley gonna be that great. But he does have a chance because
Yeah.
Duke Riley has shown some flashes with that speed.
But he's just not.
He's good in
just-
zone,
not gonna
and
be
he's
that
good
hard.
enough in man. He's
This
versatile.
is a hot
Wayne,
take, actually.
you
I
want Duke
feel
Riley
that
on the field? You want Duke Riley on the field?
I think
69%
AVG
of the
starts
snaps?
over.
No.
Hey, hot mic,
I
hot mic,
ain't
hot
in
mic.
delusional world. I ain't in delusional world with Pete, dog.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead, Tony. Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, I said what I think is going to happen. I think I feel that AVG, to be honest, beats out the guy that we just signed to be the middle linebacker.
No.
Nah,
David Long? Nah, he ain't beating out David Long. David Long
Long
healthy
is a beast.
is a great linebacker.
He's
That
a
boy,
beast.
what? He's
Hey,
a beast.
so look,
You watch his tape?
David Long is going to play a lot of snaps, right?
Yeah.
Jerome Baker should play a lot of snaps. Duke Riley should be on the sideline where he
Kendall better
need
get
to
it
be,
together.
or on special teams. Tyndall should be getting some reps over Duke Riley. That's what should happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he should be trying to take the torch away from Jerome Baker. That's what we need to happen.
Mhm.
Now, will that happen?
That
I don't
unrestricted
know.
free agent should get snaps over Duke Riley.
Why you think Tyndall couldn't get PT last year?
Malik
Duke
He
Riley.
couldn't get that
getting
playbook.
reps,
He
too.
couldn't get the playbook. That's what he couldn't get.
Couldn't
Stop
get
it.
the playbook. That's what
Stop
that
it.
was Tyndall's
See,
problem.
Pete, you know what? On
I
these
knew that.
panels, you be throwing
I
that
knew that.
delusional talking.
Yeah,
You ain't
yeah,
gonna do
but
that
at the
while
same
I'm here,
time,
dog.
so you
Nah.
guys are gonna think he's gonna get the playbook now after a totally new scheme change?
Why
You
not?
right,
really?
You right on that.
Oh,
You
okay.
right on that.
Duke
well,
Riley
right on that.
again is gonna be ahead
It's
of
a
him
give
because
and
he
take. We don't
understands
know.
and
But
he
look.
knows about how to learn a defense faster than Tyndall. That's just a
But
fact.
it's back to
That
square
athleticism
zero.
from
It's back
Tyndall.
to square one though. So everybody has the same amount of time to learn the defense. So I mean, he's really got to figure it out at this point.
And that was his second year in that defense last year. That was Duke Riley's second year in that defense.
For all we know, Duke Riley could be a nick and poop just like Tyndall could be. And they both might not get
And-
the defense. We
That's
don't
true.
know.
And
It's-
CB, the
we
reason
don't
why
know.
I said I can see AVG maybe because I feel him coming back was a sign that
He's
that,
gonna be playing on
Vic
the inside
Fangio
and get
wants
more
him.
reps.
Yeah, he gonna get
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna
no,
happen.
not the no because Fangio actually when he in the interview he said he actually wanted this guy AVG back.
Yeah.
First
yeah.
off, Tony's
Yeah, he
right
said
because let's think about it. When AVG and Jerome Baker were on the field at the same time, that pass rush was actually doing good.
And I think
Steve
AVG is a guy who's gonna always be around the football. So
He's
I
gonna
think
do his job. That's what he is.
exactly, and I think he's gonna always find his way onto the field. Just because those defensive guys in the trenches, those outside linebackers are rotational pieces. They want to keep those guys fresh.
And I've said this since we drafted him.
So
CB.
he's right. So he's going to continue to find his way into the.
He's a
line,
poor
though.
man's Clay Matthews.
There you go.
He's Clay Matthews. He
agree.
plays the
I
same
agree.
way.
But I think Clay's a little bit more interior guy, and I think
Interior.
he's more outside guy.
And Clay a little bit more mentally.
You guys are gonna come to find out that Van Ginkel is just not fast enough laterally, bro. Him and that middle linebacker talk, that's just a waste of time right now, in my opinion, to be honest.
Look, you don't have,
We don't know
you don't
that
have
yet.
to be
We
fast.
don't know that yet.
No, that's his skill, sideline to sideline. His motor is his skill, Pete. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, we will see if he plays that middle linebacker, guys.
Hey man, hey, I gotta wrap this up, man. I gotta get to the kids, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I'm gonna do final takes. We'll start with Anthony Manzano. Go ahead, bro. I appreciate you coming on. I know you only had a little bit of time on, but I appreciate you coming through, bro.
Yeah. I say the record. We're second in the. We're second in the not in the conference in our division. Still behind the Bills, to be honest. We're 11-5. We are one of the three. Do we have 3 wild cards this year, or is it only 2 still?
I think it's 2.
It's 2.
Should be 2.
Yeah.
I think
we're
so.
one of the wild cards, and we
it's
might.
3.
No, it's 3 because you got it is.
Yeah,
You're right.
it's 3. So you got each division
got an extra
winner.
game.
Yeah. So you got
Yeah.
3.
Oh,
There's only
we
one
get
person has a
one of
week off.
the
You're right.
wild card spots,
1
but this year, I honestly think, to be honest, I feel that we might be able to make it into the divisional round if everyone stays healthy. Like you said, CB, it's all about health and specifically with the 2 corners. They're getting older, and how much really do you think they have left?
I would hope they play their best football this year together, complementary with Vic Fangio, kind of putting them more in his own scheme where they can face the quarterback and not run so much and have to chase after guys. I think that should keep them healthy, and it should keep them making plays. That's what I'm hoping, man. But hey, Anthony, I don't agree with the Buffalo Bills winning the division, but I appreciate you coming through, bro. Always love.
Okay. Thanks. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, bro. Have a good one.
All right.
I'll take off.
Go ahead, Big Nick. You want to go?
Yeah, real quick. I'll go real quick. Mine's going to be real quick. First of all, to say that the Buffalo Bills are still number 1, technically, yes. But you got to remember that we lost by a combined 6 points to the Buffalo Bills, where our defensive starters missing a combined 100 games, if not more. And they only beat us by 3 points. Second, they obviously didn't get the improvements to their team that we got this year, which I think would elevate us over them convincingly. You guys will see. And also, the Miami Dolphins will be this year's representative for the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Hey, there we go. I already know what time it is, man. Appreciate you coming through, Big Nick.
Easy, baby.
Hey, be easy, bro. All right, Wayne D, go ahead, bro. Appreciate you coming on. You got to come on more often, bro.
Yeah, I know, man.
Bro?
I'm a fire sprinkler inspector. I'm the drum major for the Heat, man. We got camp getting ready to start for that.
Oh man!
So,
shout out to the Heat, bro, and what you got going on, bro.
Yeah, man, we getting that work back in. They finally gave us the call, so hopefully we back in this year.
That's good, bro.
Because if Dame comes, it's gonna be crazy. So I'm praying for that.
You already know.
I'm praying for that because I miss playing the concourse. I miss being right there on Biscayne. And trust me, a lot of people ask about the Heat, man. So trust me, if we get that call officially and we coming back, y'all just be on the lookout for that. But when it comes to our Dolphins, guys, just be prepared, man. Enjoy the off season that's about to end, because it is time for us to really lock in and understand. We've waited a very, very long time for a team like this.
Yes, sir.
I know I have. I'm 32, man, and I've been a Dolphin fan since I was 6. My dad let me watch that Monday night game, Dan Marino playing the Jets. So trust me, I already know what time it is. I know what Tyreek is talking about. Don't worry about the blabber jabber of everybody, the negativity of what this team used to be. Look at and focus on what we are now.
Yeah.
And what right now is a team that is hungry. They're young, but they have the mental fortitude from a young head coach. And the fact that we got 2 head coaches on offense and defense scares the league.
That's a fact.
That scares the league.
That's
and
a big fact.
The fact that Tua is in his 2nd year, and what they did last year, we all know if Tua Leroy stay healthy, we get that, guys. We already know.
You preaching
if
to the
Tua
choir.
Leroy stay healthy, that glow on this team, it will give us what we want. It should give us what we want. And if we add Dalvin Cook, y'all just think of this real quick before I go. We add Dalvin Cook to this team with the running backs that we already have and the wide receivers, and Dalvin Cook runs a 50-yard touchdown run. Just imagine, can you smell what Dalvin is cooking? All right, guys, I'm out. I'll let you go.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Dolphins, Super Bowl year, we about to turn it up. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Right,
appreciate Wayne D coming on, man. Mr. Paul, go ahead, bro.
My goodness. Like I said earlier, I'm 59 years old, and I started watching the Dolphins in the early 70s. And again, I say this is one of the best rosters I've seen in a while.
Yes, sir.
And if we say, and with the additions that we have, I see it's going maybe 14-3 or better.
I see it. I see division winners,
but
I see it.
But we have the blueprint, and I've said this before. We have the blueprint. We just got to put up the building.
That's it, bro. That's it. Put up the belt, bro. Hey, appreciate you coming through, Mr. Polk. It's always love, big bro.
Hey, thanks for having my brother.
Thanks, bro. Pete, bro, go ahead. Give me your final takes, my boy. I love you coming on, Pete. Hey, I love the conversation. I love how you was a little bit cordial today, not talking over the people. Hey, that's how we win in the community, man. Cordial conversation, bro.
I'm always trying to have just natural conversations, man. I just get, they out here thinking I'm a troll, but I just want to sit here and say the Super Bowl talk, I'm a little concerned about it, and I've always been. I just don't. I know this is the best roster we've had when it comes to certain players, but that doesn't mean this roster is better than other teams right now when you actually look at it. And right now, this Super Bowl talk, I want all of you guys to feel it, carry it, scream it. That's good. But from my point of view, I just think that's going to be too much pressure on the Tua's shoulders. I feel like he's not that quarterback that could take that type of amount of pressure. If we would have been going under the rug early on and people would have been overseeing us and like dogging us, I feel like Tua's that type of sniper. He's going to snap back at you when you doubt him. And all of this praise and all of this 2,000 yards and all of this confidence, it has Tua doing judo and taking days off on Fridays. Hey, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you guys next time. Fins up no matter what. Love you guys, man. Keep it up.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Hey, that boy Pete is hilarious, bro. Hey, but Pete said a lot of things, but what you got to understand is, man, Tua played at Alabama where there was the most hype surrounding that team, surrounding him. He's been in the spotlight his whole career. So I don't think the pressure will phase him, bro. That's just me. I don't think the pressure of the NFL phases him. I think he was more polarizing in college, and now he's kind of flying under the radar, and people are doubting him. I think he's a quarterback right now that's being doubted. They don't believe in him. He's on outside of everybody's top 10 when you look at quarterback lists. So I think I don't know about that, Pete. I think Tua may be under the radar as a sniper, just trying to come and, get a vengeance on everybody, bro. DG, what you got, bro?
Man, I heard a lot of good points today. A lot of good points by everybody. But I do want to touch back on the Chris Greer stuff. I know he a good GM, but if we don't, let's say we win one playoff game this year, do you think he's on the hot seat?
If we win one playoff game,
yeah, and we fall off, and next year we're in the negative cap space. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I think if we win one playoff game, and it's gonna be context, right? It's gonna depend on how we lose, what's the situation, are guys injured. I think there's a lot to do with those decisions of firing a guy and keeping a guy, right? If we just fall short, we win a playoff game and we go to the second one and fall short and we barely lose and we lose to a good football team, I think it's just going to be run it back next year and figure it out. I think that's where we're going to be. Now, if it's a total disaster and we just kind of flop, the team is limping into the playoffs, we barely win the first game and we get blown out the second game, then you may be looking at a situation where you swap. But I think Stephen Ross is at the point now where he just wants some consistency for a couple years with a couple guys, with the head coach and the GM. And I think he's found the right guy in Mike McDaniel. And I think Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer work together well, right? When we look at their draft, when we look at the free agency and how they've done things, I think it works for them. I think they can get good guys in the building, good talent in the building as a tandem. So I think at this point, it's just going to be a matter of seeing where it all falls at the end of the season. So I'm looking forward to it, bro. Hey, if y'all don't, go check out DG Live, subscribe to his channel. He dropped some dope videos, bro. I just found you recently too, bro. I just found you within the past week or so ago. So it's crazy how many Dolphin channels are out there, but be sure to subscribe to his channel, like and share. I'll send all the people your link over there too, man. I'll post it in my community after I get done with this. If you could do the same, that helps, bro. Just show love, bro.
Okay. How do you post on community? I'm not new to the community thing on Twitter, right?
No. So there's a community tab on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah. So hit the plus sign, and then you can hit community. You can hit create a post, and you can create a text post, and I could tag your channel in there, and I just send that out to my people, and they could go subscribe and stuff. But
okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm on social media and stuff too, so I'll post your stuff there too, bro. But I appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime you just message me, and I'll try to make it through.
All right, for sure, bro. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, later. Hey, man, appreciate y'all, man. You already know what time it is. Hey, my crew came through. It's all love. Hey, the Phins Take with CB83 tribe. You know how we get down over here. We get after it. We have a good time. It's going to be cordial. It's going to be good conversation. No yelling and screaming. Just good football talk, man. That's what we need in the community. Good talk. Hey, we squash the narratives. We watch the film. We're educated. That's what we are, man. So, hey, appreciate y'all coming through. It's Phins Take with CB83. I'm out this joint. Peace.
Came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that I'm up for the sun in the morning. Oof, hey, I gotta flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, oof, I told them out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run at my pace. Yeah, they know that we ain't the same. 402, we rap the gang. I told them this ain't a game.
Peace. I'll see y'all later, bro. Y'all be easy. See ya. I'm out.